Hello everybody, my name is Necroxis. I know you're not used to 2 videos a day, but goddamn Blizzard, they just keep releasing one thing after another, and I'm trying hard to keep up. Every time I'm like, alright, I'm done with the rogue campaign, I can focus back on other things. Then they're like, oh, we're going to release the audio drama part 1. I'm like, alright, I did it, I read it, I can make a video on it, alright. Oh, Nova Covert Ops just came out, alright, we're going to play that, and I'm going to start recording on it, and oh, the part 2 of the Tomb of Sargeras audio drama just came out, so we're going to cover that today. Part 2 of the Tomb of Sargeras audio drama, which is called Old Friends, just came out. And, it was good. It was legit. It was solid. My only problem, it's not really a problem, it's just more of a slight annoyance, is that it always seems like in the last episode, we saw Gul'dan struggling to get to the Tomb of Sargeras, and struggling to do anything he tries to do. Meanwhile, Khadgar's just like, I don't even care. I'll spring all Gul'dan's traps. I don't even give a shit. I'll just spring all the traps and I know exactly where he's going and blah, blah, blah. The only real struggle Khadgar seems to ever have is I don't know what the Burning Legion's going to do. But then he figures it out at the end anyway. So I said it in the Khadgar animation and I got hate for it, but man, Gul'dan is a fucking boring-ass character. He's overpowered. He never changes. He's exactly the same. He's the same moral center, even when there's more interesting characters around him, like Maiev and Gul'dan. He's exactly the same. Like, this cements it further. He, at best we see him being a little bit annoyed that Maiev throws in his face the fact that Khadgar fails every single time he tries to stop Gul'dan. And his only counter is to say, well, how did you not capture Illidan without less of your watchers dying? And it's like, bitch, you have all the power of the Kirin Tor at your hand, as well as the Alliance if you would have asked for it. Maiev was on her own with her own small contingent of watchers. Of course she didn't capture Gul'dan instantly. Khadgar really needs to read the Illidan book because we saw how freaking hard it was for Maiev to do anything on Outland. So, I don't know. I really find Khadgar to be just an utterly boring character who adds nothing to the plot. Nothing interesting wise. His only purpose at this point seems to be just to be a plot device to push the story forward. Oh, Warlords of Draenor happens, but we need to figure out some way to make Gul'dan escape. Well, let's just have Khadgar asininely tell everyone to let Gul'dan go. Alright, cool. Alright, we're doing the Worlds of Draenor intro, but we're like legit fucked, so how are we gonna get out of it? I don't know. Let's just have Khadgar murdering tons of people on his own. Let's just have Khadgar destroy an entire arena of orcs. Let's just have Khadgar destroy a gigantic dam of water. Let's just have Khadgar, just easily be able to take out Garona. Let's just have Khadgar figure out Gul'dan's plans. Let's just have Khadgar spring all Gul'dan's traps in the Tomb of Sargeras. The bitch is not, he's boring. He's boring and he's overpowered. Two of the most uninteresting. When you're boring, you're boring. And when you're overpowered, it's boring because there's no dramatic tension in the story. I never feel like Khadgar is ever in danger, ever. And they even talk about in this audio drama where Khadgar's thinking like, man, I don't know what the Burning Legion's up to, and that scares me more than anything. Because even though, death was all but assured in Warlords of Draenor, at least there was a finality and a certainty to it. It's like, bitch, you are so overpowered, there was never a chance you were going to die in Warlords of Draenor. Hell, there's no chance you're dying in Legion. If he dies in Legion, I will be incredibly surprised. Because he's just... And then again in Legion, he's solving all the things. He's figuring out that, Elune created Zira. He's going to Ulduar with Magni. He figures out the Pillars of Creation. Sure, he has people helping him, but Khadgar at this point has become the thrall of some other previous expansions, where the storytelling is not as good as the other parts, but the game developers need the story to progress, and they can't figure out a natural way to do it, so it's just like, fuck it, let's just have Khadgar just figure it out so we can get to part 2 where this is the cool stuff. Alright, I don't know, it's not, once again, I'm not angry about it, I wish he was interesting and he's not, and I really hate when boring characters are giving the spotlight. Thrall, that's one of the reasons why I really despise Thrall, or I used to. He's actually getting a lot better now, because they've been actually giving him interesting things to do. But, in all of Wrath of the Lich King, and all of Burning Crusade, and all the Cataclysm, where it's just like, Thrall is this immortal, not immortal, but immortal in like the storytelling sense, this immortal moral beacon of justice, and he can do no wrong, and he's overpowered, and even in Cataclysm, when he leaves the Horde and goes to become the Earthen Ring's leader, it's, Thrall's making a sacrifice because he knows how to save the world, and it's Thrall's idea to go back in time and get, well, I guess it's not Dormu, but Thrall's the one that goes and does it, and he is the one that controls the Demon Soul in the final kill shot on Deathwing, and Thrall's the one who has to go and stop. Thrall is boring. Malfurion is in this exact same category, and now Khadgar has entered that category. So, that's the only thing I disliked about it. What did I really like? Maiev. I love Maiev Shadow Song. I've said it in the video that I made a long time ago. If you want to go watch it, go look up Maiev Shadow Song, Necroxis Lores. I can't remember what the subtitle for that one was, but it ended with me basically saying, I really hate how they ruined her in Wolfheart, but it seems like Blizzard was like, Wolfheart? What book was that? That never happened. Oops, she tried to kill Malfurion and her brother once, but that doesn't matter because we have to tell an actual good story with her. So, I really like Maiev. I like how she threw the fact in Khadgar's face that he had all of these resources, and he failed to stop Gul'dan literally every single time. And even when Khadgar's like, yeah, what was about Illidan? She was like, fuck you, whatever. And she like retreats. She takes all of her Watchers back to the Vault of the Warden, or she calls it the Vault of the Betrayer. I wonder if they're going to refer to it back as the Vault of the Warden once Illidan's body is gone. But She takes all of her wardens and brings them back to the Vault of the Betrayer, and she basically says, yo, there's nothing left in the Tomb of Sargeras. He's clearly not going there, Gul'dan. He's clearly not going there. Illidan's body is the only thing that has like any remnant of Burning Legion power left. He's clearly going to go there, so we're going to go there and defend it. And she was right. Half right. Just like Khadgar was half right. They both were right. Gul'dan's in the Tomb of Sargeras, and he's trying to unlock this locked portal thing or whatever to get the Burning Legion to invade, but he also then, as we know, we know for a fact, he goes to the Vault of the Warden and steals Illidan's body. So, I just really love Maiev. I love how she's arrogant. I love how she's wrong a lot of the time, but she still doesn't care. She's so certain in what she believes that she doesn't matter if she's wrong. Like, I love a character like that. I think certain characters like that. Some other ones are really obnoxious, but I think they do Maiev perfectly because they tie that arrogance in with, like, obsession. Like, obsession to get Illidan and keep his body where it is. And I think those two ideas gel really well together. And so I just really love Maiev. I've been doing that a lot lately in my Blizzard videos, just going, it's because so much of Legion is just worthy. It's really great. Maiev, I love her. I'm going to be real sad if she dies in Legion. We already had Amber Kiernan's death. Spoiler alert for the Rogue campaign, I guess. Oh well. It's on the channel, so I figure it's free reign. I'm already sad about that death, and I'm kind of sad about Varian still. And I'm kind of still sad, but also pissed about Jaina. But man, I really hope Maiev doesn't die, because she's on like the main character list of this expansion. So, I don't know, I really liked it. There wasn't really a ton in here. It's more Khadgar being like, oh no, oh my, what's the Burning Legion up to? Oh darn, I gotta find Gul'dan. Oh darn, look how boring and overpowered I am. I just set off all of Gul'dan's traps and I never get hurt once because I'm Khadgar. And, I wanted to bring up, I guess this is also a negative point, the only other one actually, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about my whole thoughts about it. This is the second time, they also referenced it in the last episode with Gul'dan, that they talk about how the Burning Legion apparently tried to open a portal at the Tomb of Sargeras before. And I don't know what they're talking about. It could have just been an invented thing that they just made up for this new part of the canon. But I wish they would have referenced it somewhere else, or maybe even in the game, because I don't know where it is. And I even was thinking to myself, maybe I'm just not remembering it, because I've been following the lore for 8 years now, and I'm like, unlike certain people and YouTubers, I don't proclaim to know everything off the top of my head. while I sit there and then read off Wowpedia to people on a video and pretend that I know everything. But I even went back and I looked up some articles on Wowpedia because I was like, maybe I'm just not remembering that there was a portal at the Tomb of Sargeras, but there was nothing. I couldn't find anything. The only thing, and before people even typed this comment, I even considered maybe they were implying the portal at the Well of Eternity was supposed to be this one. But that doesn't make sense, because the Tomb of Sargeras was not really close to the Well of Eternity. Sure, I guess when Kalimdor was the supercontinent, they weren't super far away, but the Tomb of Sargeras and the Well of Eternity were not that close. So even Suramar in that general area, Thal'dranath, was not, they couldn't be referring to the portal at the Well of Eternity, because it was farther away than that. It would have to be different. So that means there was also some other attempt at some point to open up another portal at the Tomb of Sargeras, because it didn't happen in the War of the Ancients. I trust me, I went back and I looked at a bunch of articles, because I was trying to figure out, maybe I'm not remembering it, but I can't find anything stating that there was a portal at some point they tried to open up at the Tomb of Sargeras. Feel free, if you know what it is, and I'm just not remembering it, and I wasn't looking up the right stuff, let me know in the comments below. But it wasn't at the War of the Ancients. When Aegwynn stopped the Avatar of Sargeras, he wasn't trying to open a portal at what eventually would become the tomb. She brought him there and put him there on purpose, because it was underneath the water, it was sealed off with a lot of runes and stuff, so it wasn't then. It wasn't in the Second War. Gul'dan wasn't trying to open portals for the Legion there. He was trying to go there of his own volition to steal the power that he thought remained in the body of the Avatar. It wasn't in the Third War. It wasn't in after the Third War in Frozen Throne. And it wasn't ever in World of Warcraft. So, I don't know when... I'm like, look, I'm fine with them being like, hey, they also at some point tried to open up a portal. I wish they would have referenced that at some other point. Maybe say like, oh, between, I don't know, when Aegwynn sealed the body off and, before the Third War, there was some random thing that the Wardens or the Kirin Tor kept silent because they didn't want anybody else to know, and maybe a portal was attempted to be opened there by some demon and they stopped it. But, it's twice now, in the Gul'dan one and this one, as I said, they just kind of throw out this idea that, oh, they tried to open up a portal there before, and I was like, it wasn't until this one that I was like, what are they referring to? And I can't figure out what it is. So, I don't know. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to, I'm not going to explain to you the story of what happens, but I love how it ends on, the cliffhanger of Khadgar shooting, arcane energy at Gul'dan, who's firing Fel Magic back. I wish that fight would be a cinematic. I know it's not going to be, but I'm looking forward to hearing how that ends. I guess I was wrong, because I only thought this was 2 parts, but there's no way they're going to end it here. They have to explain how Gul'dan opens up the portal. They have to explain how Khadgar didn't stop him. They have to also then explain when Cordana shows up, because Maiev references Cordana getting corrupted, but Cordana has not appeared in either of the audio dramas yet. And then they have to also show how Cordana and Gul'dan get into the Vault of the Wardens to steal Illidan's body. Because, once in the Demon Hunter introduction, once you are awakened in part 2 of it, when Maiev awakens you, shit's already gone down. The Burning Legion has already attacked and invaded it, and you get there already seeing them taking his body. So, I want to know how they get from here, where Khadgar and Gul'dan are about to fight, and Gul'dan hasn't opened up the portal yet, to the portal being opened, Cordana showing up, and them stealing Illidan's body. So there's got to be at least 1 part left, at the very least. So I'm looking forward to that. Overall, I really liked it. I didn't mean for 1/4 of this to be a Khadgar rant, but I just had to say, because I got pretty severe backlash on the Khadgar animation, despite me thinking I felt like my arguments were sound, and I wasn't hating it for no reason. And then I got a lot of backlash to it just because it was Khadgar. I don't know if it was because it's unpopular again to criticize anything in the World of Warcraft universe, because I've noticed that it went from up to, I don't know, I'd say Miss Pandaria, and all of a sudden it was fashionable to say, this game sucks because pandas and Kung Fu Panda, and I got hatred when I was like, hey, I like Miss Pandaria, it's my favorite expansion. Well, you're wrong. And then Warlords of Draenor came out and people were like, it's the best thing ever, and then I would say, I played most of it in the alpha and the beta, and it doesn't seem that good. There's a bunch of problems. And then I would get told, shut up, you're just a hater. And then now with Legion, it's oh, it's so good again, and I agree, but when I point out even a couple slight criticisms, not even a lot, like slight criticisms, I get told like, oh, you're just wrong and you hate it. So it's just, I guess it's the internet being stupid like it always is, but I don't know. It kind of bothered me. So I wanted to explain more about my dislike of Khadgar. And it's really not even dislike. It's more just apathy. And I guess the dislike, if there is a dislike around Khadgar, it's how much they're using him with how boring he is. Does that make sense? It's not that I hate the character. I find the character boring. I hate how much they're using a boring character to relay a lot of the story to us. So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on that. So let me know what you thought about the audio drama in the comments below. If you didn't hear it yet, I'll link it in the comment, or I'll link it in the description. Go listen to it. It's great. I'm so excited for part 3. I want to see the fight between Gul'dan and Khadgar really, really badly. I love Gul'dan so much. And let me just finish off again by saying, God damn, Blizzard. What a fantastic job at advertising. I guess this is advertising, and I mean it is, at advertising your new expansion. Because between, the amazing comics, the fantastic animations, all of like these preview videos they've been putting out, the audio drama, I'm sure I'm probably forgetting other stuff too. Just all of it. There's not a single piece of advertisement for Legion that I can think of that I didn't like. So, once again, like I said last episode, it really feels like Blizzard realizes, yo, we real fucked up on Warlords. So, let's actually pretend and put effort into advertising the game that made us as big as we became. I guess you could say StarCraft also was part of that in Warcraft 3, but come on. World of Warcraft in Vanilla and BC and Wrath is what catapulted them from popular to, like, iconic. So, I think maybe they thought, well, let's give more attention to this thing that made us iconic. So, big thumbs up from me. I'm super excited. I hope you guys all enjoyed the Rogue finale that ended today. As of recording, I'm sure I'm going to get this uploaded the same day. But the next 3 days are going to be Nova Covert Ops, because part 2 just came out, like I said. And then on Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll have the Rogue Combat Followers. And then I'm sure, it's highly possible they will release the next part of the audio drama between then, or the last comic, or the Illidan animation. But if they don't, on that Sunday, I'll start putting out more Final Fantasy IX walkthrough or playthroughs. I really want to finish that game. I put it on pause because I was trying to create 2 Legion characters at once to get the campaigns done, and then other stuff happened, and then I put it on pause because a lot of my focus was elsewhere. But I love Final Fantasy IX. It's like my 3rd favorite game of all time. And I really want to finish the Let's Play of it. So starting Sunday, unless more things are released, which is highly probable, that will begin again. But until then, thanks for watching, guys. I want to say one more thing. Actually, I probably won't have... I'm just going to say it now. There definitely won't be another campaign before the actual expansion launches. I don't have enough time in the beta to get through an entire another character from 100 to 110. My plan still is to get through all of the campaigns eventually on the channel. I'll just do it on live. So, I've been getting a lot of people saying, because the Rogue campaign finale was today, like, what are you doing next? I want you to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C. There's not going to be any other ones from the beta, at least. But the next one on live that I'm planning on doing is a mage, because I already have one. And I'm hoping that they make mages actually stronger, because in the beta, I feel so weak as a mage. And I really don't want to play to 110 right now in the beta mage. So, anyway, just some behind-the-scenes info. But until then... Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought of part 2 in the comments below. But, yep, stay awesome. And, yeah, farewell.